Fords aren't the only truck you can pull the cab off of. We've got an '08 model GM here that we're doing a turbo on. And on Fords, we can real easily just get the turbos out of them without pulling the cab off. This one is kind of technician preference. You can pull the cab or you can pull the transmission, but there's a couple of key components that are much more difficult to access than they are on a Ford. Let's talk about it. So the Power Stroke and the Duramax are both V8 engines, but one of the key differences is on the Duramax, the exhaust manifolds are gonna be on the outside of the engine versus the Power Stroke, they're gonna come in from the inside of the head, on the inside of the engine valley. And so your up pipes coming from the exhaust manifold have to reach around the backside of the engine to come up to the bottom of the turbo versus a Power Stroke, it's all gonna be up here on top of the engine. Second thing you have is the oil return on the Duramax is right back here by the transmission bell housing. So if you don't pull the cab, you most likely will need to pull the transmission to access these bolts easily. Otherwise, you're gonna be really fighting some tight spaces back here between the firewall and the engine trying to access those bolts. Let's go take a look at the turbos. So this is the new turbo we're going back in with. These are going to be similar to what is used on some of the older Fords. It's a Garrett turbo. The main difference is going to be on the exhaust side. So your exhaust comes into the turbo here on the Duramax versus on the Ford, you're going to have two pipes over here that come in. You also have the oil drain tube is separate from the pedestal. So here's your oil drain on your return versus the Ford will actually be draining through a pedestal that splits right here in the middle of the turbo to go back into the top of the engine.